Opening day finally here. Mike Petraglia inside Cleveland Browns Stadium, where today the Bengals start what they hope will be a historic run towards a third consecutive AFC North Division title, something no one in the 21-year history of the division has ever accomplished. Of course, last year the Bengals started 0-3 inside the AFC North. They rebounded, winning their final three divisional games as part of their 8-0 run to end the regular season, won the two playoff games, and of course lost the AFC Championship in Kansas City. New day, new year, and of course now Joe Burrow has his $275 million contract extension signed and sealed. Today he hopes to deliver his first ever win in Cleveland. And Joe Burrow lost, of course, in 2020 on Thursday Night Football early in the season, and he lost last year the 32-13 game, a game that featured a good Bengals drive to open the contest. Then Myles Garrett, somebody obviously to keep an eye on today, got a hand on a pass out of Joe Burrow's hands. It got tipped, got picked off, and the Bengals offense was off track pretty much the rest of the game from that point. So the Bengals want to avoid the early mistakes, but certainly getting Joe Burrow on the field, that'll be storyline number one, because of course he will be taking his first live snaps in a game of the season. Didn't play in the preseason, sustained that strained right calf on July 27th, and missed all of really training camp and all of the preseason. It'll be very interesting to see how Joe Burrow responds to live game action with Myles Garrett coming off the edge, with Denzel Ward coming off a concussion from a couple of weeks ago. He is expected to play for the Browns in the secondary. He is somebody who has always given Joe Burrow and the Bengal receiving corps fits. So those are two players certainly the Bengals have to keep their eye on. On the other side of the ball, defensively for the Bengals, the storyline has to be Chido Awuzie. He tore his ACL on this very same field last year in that Halloween loss to the Browns. He is coming back, playing his first game since the ACL reconstruction last year. And it was earlier in the week that Lou Anarumo, the defensive coordinator, said, I'd be willing to walk out to the field, actually right behind me, and go to the spot between the 30 and 40-yard line and have a moment with Chido to make sure he's okay mentally with coming back on this same field. But Chido Awuzie said earlier in the week he has no problems playing his first game back in the same stadium where the injury occurred. It's just part of the business. Chido Awuzie looked sensational physically. Now we all have to wait and see, how does he look in game action? How does he look moving side to side and covering the opposing receiver? Of course, Amari Cooper is one of his closest friends and one of the best receivers in the National Football League. And last year it was a collision with Cooper that led eventually to that injury. So that'll be something to keep an eye on here in Cleveland as well. What about the weather? Well, it's certainly mild. 70 degrees is expected to be the kickoff temperature at 1 p.m. We could have some weather. Some showers are expected in the area with a chance of rain between 35 and 40%. So the weather could be a factor in the contest. In terms of ball security, that's always something to keep in mind here in Cleveland when it starts to either rain, sleet, or snow. Certainly the Bengals are looking to get off to the right foot this year. They started 0-2 last year. It's well documented. They started 4-4 after losing that Monday night game here in Cleveland. They want to atone for that. This is the 100th meeting between the Bengals and the Browns in this historic Ohio rivalry. The Bengals lead at 52-47. Bengals would like to win in this building for the first time since 2017. They've lost 5 straight inside Cleveland Browns Stadium. They want to change all of that today in the 2023 season opener, and that, of course, means Zach Taylor is also looking for his first win in Cleveland. All right, all the business has been taken care of. Joe Burrow has signed his contract extension. Chido Awuzie is returning to the field. The Bengals are finally ready to start playing football for real. We will have you covered all season long and certainly all game long today on clnsmedia.com. Follow me on X at Trags, Trags. And of course, click and subscribe on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/@JungleRoarPod. Inside Cleveland Browns Stadium, Mike Petraglia, CLNS Media.